Honorable Speaker. Madam Speaker, I join you as I make a short comment on your communication in thanking colleagues who were here yesterday, a whole day, during the consideration of the anti-homosexual bill. Madam Speaker, we now, and this Parliament, stand on a high moral ground. In our communities, at least I represent the people of Chira, they are very, very happy. What the people of Chira have asked me, Madam Speaker, we've now cleaned the request from my constituents, Madam Speaker, is that we must now also decisively deal with the issue of the iron sheet. We get the ministers who shared the iron sheets and we treat them like we treated the other suspects before. Once that have done, Madam Speaker, the population of this Parliament, the 11th Parliament, at least in my constituency, will go up significantly. So I want to ask you, Madam Speaker, like you guided us very well yesterday, like you've guided us in many cases, to also guide us as we deal with these ministers. In fact, the request from Chira is that they all should not be coming to Parliament. They should be in Chitalia, Ruzira, until their case is determined. Like we have had colleagues here, the Honorable Segirinya and Honorable Sewanyana before. So that is the request, Madam Speaker, from Chira. But Bahati, the Honorable Bahati, so that's the request, Madam Speaker, from Chira, that we help police so they can take these suspects to court, and on their way to Luzira and Chitalia, then this Parliament will really continue raising.
Honorable Member, thank you. The issue of iron sheets is still under investigation. Our committee is going to bring a report to this House. Honorable Members, is it all on communication?
Is that of recent you communicated here asking members of Parliament and the civil servants to declare their wealth to the IGG. And there is a letter circulating in the public where Genome 7 is directing the IGG armed officers to declare their wealth. But under Article 227 of the Constitution, the IGG is not directed by anybody. And once a person gets money from the consolidated fund, he's mandated to declare his wealth. So the procedure matter I'm raising, that would it be procedure okay for the Attorney General to appear before this Parliament and explain this Parliament under which legal regime is Genome 7 is using to direct the IGG, stopping the armed officers from declaring their wealth? Are they thieves? Have they stolen? What is this shielding? And that one, Madam Speaker, even when you go to the Anti-Corruption Act, it is the same, and all those laws governing corruption in Uganda. So, Madam Speaker, I'm on procedure.
There is an order.
I'm on procedure.
It's on procedure. It's on procedure.
I'm on procedure. So, right now, Speaker, my procedure issue is, why shouldn't the Attorney General appear before this Parliament, explain to us? Because this will be raping the Constitution, and it's not correct. We've all declared there are army officers who have been placed into offices of public concern, like permanent secretaries and others, meaning they are getting money from the public, from the consolidated fund. So there is no way.
The point has been understood. Government.
Right Honorable Speaker and honorable colleagues, first of all, Uganda is governed by the rule of law. And secondly, I want to state that I am not yet aware or have not yet seen the letter the honorable colleague is referring to, and I can't proceed to make a commitment on behalf of government unless otherwise. I beg to submit.
Honorable, was the letter addressed to you?
Right now, Speaker,
No, I'm saying
The
is
letter,
let's get the letter, then we'll ask the Attorney General to come and respond.
Rather no speaker. Once a letter is written by the president, it becomes a public document.
I am
And it's
saying
in the public.
when
We even
you-
have the observer here.
Honorable, can
It's
you
a running
sit?
story today.
Sit.
Madam Speaker, you are
Sit,
asking me.
sit,
And I'm
sit.
trying to respond. Right now, speaker.
Next. I am saying let's get the letter and have the Attorney General come and respond to that. Stop arguing like you're in a Marua joint.
Procedure, right? Thank,
Uh,
thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, I want to rise, first of all, to thank you for your communication and, of course, to join others to thank you for yesterday. Right Honorable Speaker, as you're thanking us for the work we are doing, Right Honorable Speaker, we have a glaring problem at hand, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, from yesterday, all Ugandans who are traveling and moving to Kenya with goods are stuck. Actually, Right Honorable Speaker, I don't know how the Honorable Macho missed this, but from Bugiri, almost to Busia, Ugandans are not allowed to go into Kenya. Right Honorable Speaker, it is a crisis, that is a very serious crisis, that Ugandans are not allowed to enter with their goods because of the strike that is taking place in Kenya.
Thank you for giving me way. Right Honorable Speaker and honorable members, it is not only goods, even trucks from the other side, the fuel trucks from the other side of Kenya cannot move. It is now 3 days down the road, they have been packed, so they cannot cross over, meaning that the challenge that we had last year of fuel crisis may arise again, Madam Speaker.
thank you.
Right Honorable Speaker, the point I wanted to raise, sometimes government does not come in to respond and things keep on building up. So the procedural matter I wanted to raise, Right Honorable Speaker, wouldn't it be procedural right for you to guide us and direct government to come and communicate to us the proposals they have, because this is something that is already taking place, the strikes are going on, fuel is not entering, our traders can't do business, and things are getting stuck. Before we reach the final worst situation, couldn't government come and give us a word and promise and tell us what they are going to do as government so that we move in an organized manner? Right Honorable Speaker.
Thank you, government.
Right Honorable Speaker, this issue, first of all, involves two ministries. On the side of taxes is the Ministry of Finance, Planning and Economic Development. Then also you have the Ministry of Transport and Works. Then you also have now three ministries, the Ministry of Trade. I believe that the three ministries, but since finance is here, because we are also seemingly losing revenue, finance can undertake to lead the other three and see how best to respond to the issue at hand. Honorable Senior Matia, with the permission of the Speaker.
Right Honorable Speaker and the colleagues, it's a pleasure to be with you once again. The issue that has been raised, we shall handle it. We shall handle the issue when and as our capacity has developed. Thank you.
Honorable members, in the public gallery this afternoon, we have students and teachers of the following primary schools under the umbrella of Save the Children Uganda. They include Muguluka Primary School.
I did observe the demeanor of the Minister of Finance while responding to a very pertinent matter raised by the Honorable Sirwanyi, and I never wanted to seek his immediate clarification because he was running away. But I knew I would have him after he has submitted. To respond strictly to issues. One, his submission on the crisis in Kenya is not satisfactory. Do you want to inform the country, Honourable Speaker, inform the country, our capacity, import capacity, how many months can we sustain the economy in the face of an import crisis? We know you have depleted our reserves, and now we have a crisis, one of our major trading partners. For how many months can we sustain the economy in case Kenya went into a crisis? You did not supply an important answer to the honourable member, and you simply say you'll deal with it. Do you rule over Kenya as well? Are you the one with the Minister of Finance in Kenya? Right, Honourable Speaker, yesterday, and I was waiting for my senior here today, now that he's here, that he's now running a parliament and has cut the parliamentary budget. Do you want to inform Parliament whether our budget is statutory or you moved it to something else? Do you wish to explain to Parliament whether the parliamentary budget is still statutory? Because you've cut it, that's what we need. So committees will not work, and you are aware, without oversight, there should be no expenditure. So you are raising money to spending into the entities. I don't want to give Parliament money to exercise oversight over your work. So do you want to explain why you get authority to cut the budget of Parliament to exercise oversight over your work? Right, Honourable Speaker.
Thank you. Honourable Minister. Honourable Minister, the budget of Parliamentary Commission is the statutory one. It is only the President that has powers to do anything. And we always discuss our budget with the President, and it is approved. In the current budget, there was an approval of the budget for Parliament of Uganda, but to our dismay, the same budget that was approved by the President has been slashed off. It has been cut off, and we will not have money for emoluments, which is statutory. We will not have money for committees. We are doing, one of our roles is oversight. So I think that's what the leader of opposition is asking as a member of the Parliamentary Commission. Yes.
Thank you very much, Honourable Speaker and friends. Colleagues, friends. Now someone will go.
Please, Minister, go ahead, go ahead.
Since I came here, not having got, I remember, Madam Speaker, we talked about that issue. May I beg that you allow me to retreat and I come and give you a solid answer. Because I would not want to talk something. Please,
Honourable members,
I'm
we
not
want
refusing
a
to answer question.
solution.
I think...
Honourable members, we need a solution to this issue. And if the minister is saying he wants to retreat and give us a feedback, the minister you're talking about, you're looking at is also a member of Parliament. He is also affected. Yes?
Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, the point of order I'm raising. The Honorable Matia Kasaija is a member of Parliamentary Commission. he now says, you know, I came here not knowing. So you don't even know that you're a member of parliamentary commission. So you need to retweet to know that you're a member of parliamentary commission.
Honorable Kasaija is retreating to come and give us a feedback on the issue of the budget. And secondly, about Kenya. We will give Honorable Kasaija
Madam Speaker.
20 minutes to go and give us a feedback.
Madam Speaker.
Yes, Sechi.
Madam Speaker, thank you very much for the opportunity. Madam Speaker, I wanted initially to thank you because for the first time I saw a united parliament and your ability to galvanize both sides of this house in a common cause and position was impressive. There are not many occasions where Parliament is united as it was yesterday. But before the Honourable Minister can run away...
Honourable Minister,
before the Honourable Minister can
you
run
have
away...
something to lay on table before you leave, eh?
Madam Speaker, I'm seeing for the first time ministers running away from their responsibilities. And this is saddening. When a direct question was raised, we are seeing blockade on the border. And this elicited a direct response. But for the minister to say we shall act as it comes and within our means, this is the first time I'm getting a very vague response from the front bench. Even as the leader of government business was unable to respond to Honorable Ssemujju's press story, here we get information from all sources and angles. The best you do, you say, I'll check and give a response to this house. But where you find the front bench is too mean with information, is too undecided, Madam Speaker.
Honorable Sechi.
Yes.
We could also hear from trade. And let's not just answer for the sake. Let's take action.
Madam Speaker, I want to request that we make a statement to this House tomorrow about what is happening on our borders.
A statement and action.
And action.
And then I'll also need from Shadow.
Yes, and what steps we are taking
yes.
to help.
Yes, Okot.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, the Right Honourable Speaker. Madam Speaker, if trade is going to come and give maybe information of that kind, there were a lot of very many issues raised on the floor of Parliament, especially on Uganda wildlife authorities. If they could also...
And I want the Attorney General to help the House and the country. These are regulations that are going to charge fees on the various telecommunication companies and broadcasting houses. But on paragraph 2 of the instrument about commencement, Madam Speaker, it says that these regulations shall come into force on the date of publication in the Gazette, except for item number 9, paragraph E, which shall come into force on 1st July. Madam Speaker, the issue I'm raising is on commencement on this statutory instrument. This is now the law. And a gazette I have here published on the 3rd of March 2023, which means this instrument is now in force of law.
That instrument should not come to effect before approval from the committee. And the committee has to report to this House. Yes, Attorney General.
Right Honourable Speaker and Honourable colleagues, Section 93 was read and was amended, and it said that Parliament can reject any of the provisions that are put here. The Right Honourable Speaker has referred this document to the committee. If the committee feels that there is any provision that they do not want to have in here, the committee will report back to the House and the House will guide.
That's what we are saying. We are making a correction of that by sending it to the committee. So our committee must now work and bring a report back. So for now, it cannot take effect.
Madam Speaker, so the Ugandans who are out there should now know
that it
there
is not
no
in
law
effect.
at the moment,
Yes.
and UCC cannot collect these fees until Parliament has pronounced itself.
Exactly. Next item.
Earlier referred to the amendment. I was here when the Honorable Frank Tumwebaze, because the feeling in Parliament was that these regulations will require parliamentary approval. But the decision that we took as Parliament was that they will be laid. In fact, in effect, changing the requirement as it was before. So the approval was removed. The procedure issue I'm raising, Madam Speaker, is where the Attorney General must not address himself to the section as it was and to the section as amended. Because we seem to be returning something that we changed in this Parliament. I was here, that debate took more than 3 hours. And the feeling in Parliament was that bring the regulations, we approve them. But the decision we took was not to approve, was just to lay here. That's the decision that we took. So, Madam Speaker.
AG.
Right Honorable Speaker.
I would like to give him quick information.
AG.
Right Honorable Speaker, the provision as
There is
amended.
a requirement that we must either reject or
Can we hear from Attorney General? Can
Madam
I hear
Speaker,
from Attorney General?
The timeline is critical.
Honorable members, don't think you hold monopoly of being stubborn and thinking that you can pick a microphone and just start talking like. I don't wish you to see the other part of Anita.
Right Honorable Speaker, thank you very much, Honorable Ssemujju. The provision as amended reads, Parliament may by resolution revoke regulations or a particular provision of the regulations within 30 days from the date the regulations are laid. That was the amendment. So, Right Honorable Speaker, you have correctly sent it to the committee, and if the Parliament feels that there's any provision it does not wish to have, it can reject it or amend it. I beg to submit. Thank you.
Thank